Testing. 1, 2, 3. Ringo TV reactions. Back at you again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. So, what are we talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. It looked like things just got worse for Shannon Sharpe. You know, the other day we did a show and I don't want to believe the rumors, the narrative that was put out about Shannon. At the same time, an old tape was leaked and it's not looking too good. It's not looking too good for Mr. Sharpe. And we're going to be reviewing a video by Stephen A. Smith. I'm going to review that. But now, the leaked tape that is not making Shannon look good right now is an old video that he put out that goes a little something like this.
And that's one of the topics for the night. And I tweeted you earlier today about her. I said, listen, what y'all think about this God-fearing woman who has herself aligned in the right places being unionized with
Nah, I'm looking for a sinner.
Huh?
I'm looking for a sinner. I'm looking for a sinner. Send me Miss Nasty B. What her name was?
Oh,
what did you say? I would need an umbrella.
Miss Nasty B.
Yeah. I'm looking for. I don't want nobody walking in the straight and narrow.
No.
Nah. I want a sinner. That's what I'm looking for.
Think about you on that private jet with Yvonne, and y'all going over the word, going on to your next destination. Y'all having prayer and Bible study together. You need a woman like that in your life.
Yeah. Give me Miss Nasty B. I have the Bible right there by my bed. Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do.
And that's,
you see, when we look at that tape is very bad because Mr. Sharpe said he don't want a God-fearing woman. He want a sinner. Well, isn't that exactly what he got? The Bible says death and life is in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So this is not looking good. You don't want a God-fearing woman. You want a woman who is dark. Well, that's exactly what he got. And we did a little research. We found out that I believe the woman is somewhere around the ages of 19. And she's an OnlyFans model. You know, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But the red flags are there, guys. Sad to say, this is a difficult one because, number one, she's around the age of 19, possibly in her early 20s, depending on when they met. OnlyFans model. Shannon is probably in his mid-50s, somewhere around there. 19-year-old. She's white. Then we got this tape where he said he wants a sinner. So Shannon has a history of going after women that are no good. Now, again, I'm trying to be fair and balanced, trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I saw that on my show yesterday. But I'm doing my research, looking at the case. It's hard to defend that. It's difficult. It's difficult to actually defend a man who was messing around with an OnlyFans model who's white, 19, and he deliberately said that he don't want a God-fearing woman. He said, God, forgive me for what I'm doing, but I don't want that woman. I want me a sinner. So if he want himself a sinner, what he's experiencing right now is what a sinful woman will bring. So there's a possibility that there could be some truth to the story. I'm not saying it is. What I'm saying is he want a sinner. That's what he said he wanted.
And that's one of the topics for the night. And I tweeted you earlier today about her. I said, listen, what y'all think about this God-fearing woman who has herself aligned in the right places being unionized with
Nah.
He said nah. And he said that quick, which means he don't want a God-fearing woman. So that means that if you're a sister and well, first of all, he's with white women, so he don't even care about the sisters. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody joining in. You know what I mean? Appreciate everybody stopping by. We got Joyce. Blessed day to Ringo, viewing from Durham, North Carolina. Shout out to everybody in North Carolina. Darlene, what's going on? Rise above anything. J3. I don't got to do no review of anything. What I got to do is the content that I'm doing. What I got to do a review about a movie called Sinner for? What do you need reviewed? All you got to do is just look at your own life. Look at your sin and review that. What I need to review a damn movie for? You don't know what sin is? You don't know what the Bible says? Repent of your sins. I don't got time for the bullshit. All right? I focus on real content. You know, I constantly tell people to overcome their sins. Do y'all do that? No, nobody wants to hear about that. Even Shannon Sharpe clearly said he don't want a so-called godly woman. He want a sinner. So what that says about the majority of people that view content. You think anybody want God? You think anybody want to live right? No, people want the devil. Listen to what he said.
I'm looking for a sinner.
Huh?
You heard that?
I'm looking for a sinner. I'm looking for a sinner.
He's looking for a sinner. That's what he's looking for. So nobody cares about a damn movie called Sinner. People sin every day. Nobody is following the Most High for real, for real. People are religious. And I'm tired of playing games with y'all. I'm tired of playing church. Nobody don't want to live right. You know how many videos I make about the Bible regarding sin? They don't get no views. Nobody cares about living right. People love the devil. People love sin. That's what people do. Shannon says he don't want a godly woman. He want a sinner. So now he got one. And she's taking him to court to take advantage of his pockets. That says what these men really want. Men don't want a good woman. They want a sinner. And that's what's really going on in today's day. Listen at the tape.
Miss Nasty B, what her name was?
Oh,
what did you say? I would need an umbrella.
Nasty B.
Yeah,
Nasty.
I'm looking for. I don't want nobody walking in the straight and narrow.
No.
Nah. I want a sinner. That's what I'm looking for.
Think about you on that private jet with Yvonne, and y'all going over the word, going on to your next destination. Y'all having prayer and Bible study together. You need a woman like that in your life.
Yeah. Give me Miss Nasty B. I have the Bible right there by my bed. Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do.
Do you see how he's mocking God? That's how a lot of people are when they watch content. That's why when it comes to living a godly life, people don't care about these things, guys. Let's just be real, man. How many of y'all really want to hear content about God? How many of y'all really want to view content about the Bible and prayer and living a godly life. No, you don't. You want to hear drama. That's what you want to hear. You understand? People love drama. So when you see people reviewing movies about Sinner and all of this, how could someone review movies about Sinner or whatever if they're in sin themselves? When they're evil and wicked. Make that make sense. How could evil doers try to review anything? Come on now. When they need to repent. How about we review the Bible? How about you live according to that? Are you doing that? Because a lot of people just love to be entertained. That's it. They really don't care for God, guys.
And that's one of the topics for the night. And I tweeted you earlier today about her. I said, listen, what y'all think about this God-fearing woman who has herself aligned in the right places being unionized with
See, when he was talking to Ocho, he was getting a visitation from God right there. The Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, was trying to reach Shannon Sharpe through that broadcast. But Shannon didn't want to hear the truth.
Nah, I'm looking for a sinner.
I'm looking for a sinner. When a man says he's looking for a sinner, he's not looking for a Southern girl. He's not looking for a God-fearing woman. He's not looking for a woman that pray. He's looking for a 304. And that's why this 50-plus-year-old man was on OnlyFans looking for a 304. Now, we tried to give Shannon the benefit of the doubt. I tried yesterday in my stream. Most High know I tried. At the same time, it is very difficult when you do the research and you find out what he did, the kind of woman he was dealing with. It just looks bad. Now, again, Mr. Sharpe, he's a professional, great podcast. He's a great speaker, very articulate. He had one of the best speeches for the Hall of Fame speech that he had. Very, very great speech. I recommend you actually go listen to it, where he honored his brother. At the same time, Mr. Sharpe may also have a dark side, just like all of us. Just like all of us did dirt. But this, he said what he said in terms of wanting a sinner, which means women that Sharpe deals with cannot be good women. They got to be dirty, sinful, evil, rotten. So what we're seeing right now with this lawsuit, it is the result of what he asked for. There's no other way around it. I can't. It's difficult for me to defend this. I can't. I tried. I looked at the story. I was like, oh, yeah, this is a shakedown. She's just trying to get some money. But then I went and I found this leaked tape right here. And he said what he said. He said he want a sinner.
Huh?
I'm looking for a sinner. I'm looking for a sinner. Send me Miss Nasty B. What are they?
You're right at Nick. See, again, I tried to get this man the benefit of the doubt, but the information that's coming out, man, it's not looking good right now, man. It's like things got worse. Nick says him offering $10 million says it all. And that's true. I saw that. Trying to settle out $10 million. Then I start reading up on more information where there have been many situations, man, of this man with women, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good, man. And, you know, people were in my chat, they was like, nah, Ringo, Shannon is dirty. And I'm like, y'all just hating. You know how that go. Y'all just trying to bring down another black man. But then when you go do the research and you start looking at his file, you're like, by the pure fact he said he want a sinner, that mean that when Shannon is in the street, his eyes are not looking for a woman of value. He's looking for a woman who is trashy, a woman he could take advantage of, a woman he can use, abuse, brutalize. So it all makes sense. Remember, if you listen to this tape, he wanted that woman. Let me see if I can find that tape, man. Let me see if I can find it. I didn't have this plan, but let me see. I'm gonna try to search for it. Shannon Sharpe. Yeah, the woman that he wanted to get with, Shannon Sharpe. What's her name? What's that woman name? He want a sinner. Where's that video? I just came across the video earlier. Probably have to do a separate video on that one. I'm gonna have to find the video another time. I mean, he mentioned the name in here. Let me listen to the tape.
Hey, boy. Oh, what did you say? I would need an umbrella.
Nasty B.
Yeah, I'm looking for. I don't want nobody walking in the straight and narrow.
No?
Nah, I want a sinner. That's what I'm looking for.
Think about you on that private jet with Yvonne, and y'all going over the word, going on to your next destination. Y'all having prayer and Bible study together. You need a woman like that in your life.
Yeah. Give me Miss Nasty B. I have the Bible right there by my bed.
Now, I think I found a video clip. I'm gonna download this and check this tape out, see what's going on with it. Because we need to hear from her, because for Shannon to out her name and say, hey, I don't want a good woman, I want Nasty B. He called her out, Miss B Nasty, or whatever her name is. He called her out, which means that's a woman he want to screw. You understand? So Shannon has a preference of the type of women he like to have fun with. So this is not just a man kicking it with women. This is a man looking for women that he can exercise all his fantasies with. So in the process of doing this and exercising his fantasies, he may have went a little overboard, allegedly. Let me download this video, find out what's going on, man. But this is crazy. Let me let that play again.
And that's one of the topics for the night. And I tweeted you earlier today about her. I said, listen, what y'all think about this God-fearing woman who has herself aligned in the right places, being unionized with
Nah, I'm looking for a sinner.
Huh?
I'm looking for a sinner. I'm looking for a sinner. Send me Miss Nasty B. What her name was? Oh, what did you say? I would need an umbrella.
Nasty B.
Yeah, I'm looking for. I don't want nobody walking in the straight and narrow.
No.
You see, here's an issue, man. It's like, again, Shannon on the surface is a very professional guy, well-spoken, all of that other good stuff. But when you hear him talking like this, you see him in a different way. It's like you would expect a man that is a professional to have class. But it seems like when it comes to women, he's not interested in a classy woman. He's interested in an HOE. Pretty much, that's it. He's not interested in a decent woman. So he only see women useful to just screw at that point. So this tape may end up being played in court. This very tape right here.
Nah, I want a sinner. That's what I'm looking for.
Think about you.
That's what he's looking for, guys. A sinner.
Somebody walking in the straight and narrow.
No?
Nah, I want a sinner. That's what I'm looking for.
Think about you on that private jet with Yvonne, and y'all going over the word.
Y'all going over the word, which means y'all reading the Bible, y'all reading the word of God. Could you picture yourself with that woman?
Going on to your next destination. Y'all having prayer and Bible study together. You need a woman like that in your life.
Yeah. Give me Miss Nasty B. I have the Bible right there by my bed.
Give me Miss Nasty B, which means he only see Nasty B for whatever is nasty. So could it be that the allegations are true? Could it be? I don't know. But it's going to all come out. Now, Stephen A. Smith said a lot in regards to the future of Shannon Sharpe, because the big bosses, they said they're looking at this case and they're taking this matter very serious. So I don't know, man. Seems like Stephen A. can't save Shannon in this one. We're going to take a look at that shortly. Let me get this tape on the screen for you. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel for the best commentary and criticism on YouTube regarding these cases. Let me screen this video first. Let me see what's going on with this. Okay. All right, so now let me see.
I need some cuddling.
I got this damn music.
Again, and he a real one for that, for real. So we don't have to talk.
Let me see if I could play this. Let me put this on the screen.
So you don't have to.
Okay. Put that on the screen. Hear from her. Now, this is supposed to be the woman that Shannon said he want to get with. Meaning, I don't want a godly woman. I want a sinner. So he see her as the kind of woman that I guess would fulfill all his sinful desires. So I want to take a listen to this. Let me see. Let me add a filter on this to kind of remove some of that background music. Let's see. Hopefully this will help. Okay, let's see.
Great service. But the only reason I'm a Navy legend is because how I be splashing.
How she be splashing. In other words, y'all know what she mean, right? Y'all understand what she's talking about. This is the kind of woman that Shannon is into. This is the kind of woman that he loves, guys. Can't make this up.
Shannon a freak too. I ain't got too many rules.
What's poppin'? Right back with another video. In this video, we got an exclusive from Miss B Nasty. She's speaking on.
I can't stand when I have all that damn background music. Let me fast forward.
Shannon a freak too. I ain't got too many rules. I already got too many rules. You don't want to cuddle. I like.
She says she like cuddling.
I like.
Now, think about these kind of women, bro. This is what Shannon is into.
I need some cuddling.
And you wondering why these guys are always getting themselves in trouble, bro. I see why, man. It's like you can have money and the women you choose, man, it just shows your character, bro. Which means on the outward surface, you might be a boss, you might be a professional, but there's a weakness. Every man has one, guys. Every man have one, man. A weakness. And it seemed like women is his weakness.
I need more than 2 to 3 minutes.
How long?
You know? Let me see. Somebody says, so what? We live in a free country. Women like men with resources. Does that upset you too? No, it upsets you. You're the one complaining. Remember, you're on my channel, viewing my video. I didn't come to look for you. I'm pretty much tackling the case. What we're talking about is a man that publicly said that he loves sinners, which means he don't want good women. So if he loves sinners and he got with a 304 from OnlyFans, why is he complaining about the outcome? Because the woman is doing what sinners do. Remember, this is what Shannon wanted. Shannon want a sinful woman. He don't want a woman who is pure, a woman who is good. He want a sinful woman. That's what he want.
That's one of the topics for the night. And I tweeted you earlier today about her. I said, listen, what y'all think about this God-fearing woman who has herself aligned in the right places being unionized with
Nah, I'm looking for a sinner.
If he's looking for a sinner, he's getting what he want. It's difficult to defend Shannon Sharpe when he said he want a sinner. So it's not like I can say, oh, this woman is shaking him down. I'm thinking it's just some woman, some random chick he probably dealt with in the past. And, you know, she's just running some game on him, try to get paid. Come to find out, this dude was really messing with a OnlyFans model on OnlyFans. You know what I mean? And she's mad young too. So when you look at this, and then you look at this tape where he said he want a sinner, this is the kind of women he go after.
Huh?
I'm looking for a sinner. I'm looking for a sinner. Send me Miss Nasty B. What her name was?
Oh,
and what did you say? I would need an umbrella.
Miss Nasty B?
Yeah, I'm looking for. I want
the one you said I would need a what? Did he say umbrella? Hold on, let me rewind that back.
Need an umbrella.
Miss Nasty B?
Yeah, that's what he said. Umbrella, which mean I guess a condom.
For a sinner. Send me Miss Nasty B. What her name was?
Oh,
and what did you say? I would need an umbrella.
Miss Nasty B?
Yeah. So he know he would need an umbrella to smash Miss B Nasty, and he's still willing to do it. That's how the thirst work. These men would thirst after women so much so that a woman can have an STD, and these men will still put their rod in her with an umbrella, knowing this doesn't make no sense. You know? Some of y'all saying because she an umbrella meaning she's a squirter. No. I'm not listening to that garbage. What man sits around with an umbrella because some damn woman squirts? Some of you guys don't even make no damn sense. You sit around that turns you on? No. I don't want to hear none of that mess. This goes to show the kind of women that Shannon go after. So he's not technically being shaken down because he's basically trying to settle with 10 million for a similar type of situation. Why would you want to give somebody $10 million? If I'm innocent, I'm not giving you a dollar. I'm fighting the case. I'm not giving you nothing. I'm not settling out of court giving you $10 million. So that's a red flag right there. And now he's supposed to be signing some major $100 million podcast type deal. Then all of a sudden now, this case breakthrough, his sin has found him, guys. Even the Bible says your sin shall find you out. So what I see is his sin and his karma has come back around. As much as you would want to defend him, it's difficult. Not with these tapes. These tapes are very telling.
Yeah, I'm looking for. I don't want nobody walking in the straight and narrow.
No.
He don't want nobody walking in the straight and narrow, which means I don't want a good woman. I don't want a woman that's going to do me right. I don't want a woman that's going to treat me right. I want a woman that's going to treat me like ish. I want a woman that's going to take advantage of me. I want a sinful woman. That's the kind of woman I want. Well, this comes with the package. Taking you to court, lawsuits, that's a part of you want a sinful woman.
Nah, I want a sinner. That's what I'm looking for.
That's what he's looking for, guys. I can't defend Shannon in this one, man. I tried. Not when this tape comes out, not when the information is coming out. $10 million settlement, 19-year-old. She's an OnlyFans model. Bro, that's what you were looking for, man. Any grown man in his 50s that is surfing OnlyFans to look for a woman deserves everything that's coming his way. I'm sorry. Listen, yesterday when I was talking about OnlyFans model, I was joking around. I didn't even know. I'm just saying, oh, some OnlyFans model. I'm just playing around. But when I started doing some research, looking about, he said it himself. He said, on OnlyFans, her name is so-and-so and so. I'm like, so hold up, wait. How did you meet this woman, dog? So you went to OnlyFans to look for a 304 to smash? With all the money you got, all the kind of women that are around the world that you can literally pull in, guys are going to OnlyFans to get women, bro. Listen, till this day, I cannot understand how a dude can sign up to OnlyFans, pay a fee to see a woman's feet. How sick and thirsty you gotta be, bro. You literally would sign up to OnlyFans to see a woman's breasts, and you make millions of dollars, bro. And I took a look at who the woman is. I'm like, come on, man.
Come on now, dog.
You bugging, bro.
Come on, man.
I took a look at the woman, the alleged woman, and I'm like, no. I can't believe this, dog. Out of all the women in the world, bro, that's the woman you chose, bro?
You on that private jet with Yvonne, and y'all going over the word, going on to your next destination. Y'all having prayer and Bible study together. You need a woman like that in your life.
Yeah. Give me Miss Nasty B. I have the Bible right there by my bed. Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do.
The Lord has not forgiven you, Shannon. You mocked God, bro. And see, when we be on these podcasts and these internet streets, we be saying a lot of things, bro, and we think that God ain't listening. No, he's listening. He's listening. You talking about God forgive me? He ain't forgiving you on this one. Because if it come out that you did these things and the proof is there and they able to, man, you're done, bro. Like I said, this tape made it difficult for me to actually defend you, bro. And I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, bro. I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, but it's not looking good, man. I did a little research. The evidence is not looking good, man. I think the best thing you could do right now is just don't say anything and let your lawyers do all the talking, because the more you try to give public statements for social media, the more social media is going to grill you. And that's probably why a lot of people is talking about the story, because they got the information. And the information is not looking good. Let's get back to that other tape. Let me take this off the screen. Let's listen to back what they were saying here.
Can you stay?
Let me fast forward. I can't stand when people make videos and they just fill it with a bunch of music and make the music ultra loud.
Oh, I just got to turn them up. It's me. Shannon Sharpe. Baby.
Don't worry about that. Just tell me where you got it.
This is the kind of woman that Shannon is turned on by, bro. It's no wonder he in trouble, dog. It's no wonder.
My boy Shannon Sharpe wanna holler. They all texted me. I'm like, who the hell
She said, who the hell is this? Because they said that Shannon want to holler at you.
And they'd be like, this is your old chief. This is your old such and such.
Bro, that woman is a literal demon, bro. And see, a lot of you guys, you be thirsty for cooch. You would get with anything that moves, bro. Why would any man in his right mind want to get with that woman on the screen, bro? So you mean to tell me if she pulled up on you, offered you some cooch, you ready to take it? That's how sick and disgusting a lot of you men are. And you wondering why you got problems, man. You wondering why.
Like, Lord Jesus.
Yep.
Lord, please. Then somebody sent it to my baby daddy. When I find you, Ricky, when I find you. All right. Y'all making me not pay attention to my game, and I gotta pay attention to my game. I've seen you everywhere. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
I need some change to make a phone call.
No, they owed.
Sorry, but
no, not they told. Oh, I read that wrong. Not they told. Yeah, somebody told. He hit me with the "This you." How does he know me? Hold on. What happened was it was a clip of from the podcast, and they were saying something about girls that do what I do, and he was like, they used to care or they used to judge until they found out how much we made, and then he was like, I'll hold the camera.
You're welcome.
And then he was like, matter of fact, do you need help? I'll be in the video. So I quote tweeted that clip, and I was like, you could be in my videos. And that went viral. So after that went viral.
Listen, man, there is nothing to talk about with this woman, bro. I'm getting bored just listening to her talk, man. But anyway, that's the woman that Shannon want to smash. But anyway, let's move on from there, guys. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Let's look at a video from Stephen A. Smith. Let's check out that video, find out what's going on in these streets regarding that situation. So let me fast forward this up to the minute mark. That's when it pretty much starts. Hold on.
Welcome to this edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show, coming at you over the digital airways of YouTube and, of course, iHeartRadio. As always, thanking all of y'all for y'all support for watching the show and what have you. The millions of downloads I received over iHeartRadio. Subscribers now eclipsing 1.18 million. Thank you so much for the love and support. Today's a different day because of where I have to get started and where I have to finish. There's only going to be one subject discussed today, and it's where we're getting started. It's involving some news that broke yesterday involving Shannon Sharpe, my colleague at ESPN, and my friend. The Hall of Fame tight end was sued on Sunday by a woman proceeding under the name Jane Doe pseudonym. The 13-page civil complaint filed in Nevada alleges that Sharpe committed assault, sexual assault, battery, and sexual battery. The plaintiff alleges Sharpe sexually assaulted her several times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025. The suit also alleges that Shannon engaged in the intentional infliction of emotional distress. It should be noted that the suit was filed by attorney Tony Busby. This is the same attorney that filed a suit against Jay-Z and P. Diddy, alleging they both sexually assaulted a minor, which has since been withdrawn. Jay-Z also has countersued Busby. By the way, the plaintiff in the Sharpe civil suit is not the woman heard in the accidental Instagram live stream incident that made headlines last September of last year. In response to the suit, Shannon and his legal team went to social media yesterday and released a series of allegedly sexually explicit text messages between him.
Let me do this real quick. Hold on a second. Let me take this. Boom, boom, boom. Create a duplicate. Boom. That way I could kind of see what's going on with this information that's on the screen. It's a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff that went down, bro. I'm gonna have to break down all of this stuff, man. It's a lot of information that pretty much came out.
And the Jane Doe. In addition to that, they issued the following statement, quote, "This lawsuit, filed by Gabriella Zuniga and orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Busby, is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations, and it will not succeed," end quote. Then earlier today, Jane Doe's attorney, Tony Busby, sent TMZ Sports a 1 minute and 36-second clip of an alleged conversation between his client and Shannon. In response to that clip, Shannon Sharpe went back to social media and issued this response. Take a look.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly, on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million.
Notice he just said her name and her OnlyFans. And the thing is, I did a video with this clip yesterday, and it's like that's where we heard the term OnlyFans, and then I'm like, hold up, so you messing around with an OnlyFans chick and you wondering why you in trouble right now?
What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Well, it's a sad situation. Shannon Sharpe is somebody I work with a couple of days a week.
The speech that he's about to put out there basically is one of them things of, bro, ain't nothing I can do to help you, bro. Ain't nothing I can do to help you, bro. You ever brought somebody into the workplace, helped them get the job, and then they end up effing up, made you look bad? It's one of them situations right now where Stephen A. is not looking good. You got to peep the play of what's happening. Imagine how many of you folks out there, how many of you good people had somebody that needed a job. You went to the company, he's like, hey, I got this brother. Hey, I got this sister. They're good people. They really need a job. All right, bring them in. Bring them in. You put them on. They got the job. Then they effed up, embezzled money, stole money, did something stupid on the job. Made you look bad. That's what's going on right now with Stephen A. Smith.
Shannon Sharpe is somebody that I brought to ESPN. Works on First Take, which airs on ESPN every weekday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern Standard Time.
And that doesn't mean that Stephen A. is to blame, because all of us been there where we help somebody out from the bottom of our heart trying to put them on, and then they did something stupid and it made us look bad. And now it's like our credibility of bringing in talent and bringing in people, it looks weird now. So it's like, I can't even bring nobody in because look what you did, dog. You messing up my name. I'm trying to eat, and prosper and do what I got to do too. You can't be out here messing with OnlyFans models and allegedly violating women, raping them. I don't know. But based on the tapes, Shannon loved sinners. He loved freaks, 304s, nasty women that's willing to get down and dirty with whatever. So he probably like women that like getting beat. Women that love getting choked. And it could have been a situation where that woman has taken advantage of that. Probably got the marks, the bruises, and everything else, man.
He's been with me every Monday and Tuesday. We've been number one for 13 years and counting. But since Shannon has arrived, obviously he's helped the show immensely. And I can't thank him enough for it. We've grown close as friends. I'd like to believe that.
He liked to believe that, which mean that doesn't necessarily mean they're friends. It's like on social media, a lot of times you would think because content creators may have interacted with one another or been collaborating that it means they're good friends. No, it don't. No, it don't. Doesn't mean you're friends. It just means that you will collaborate to do a job, either to make some money, do business, whatever the case. It doesn't mean you're good friends. So that's why he said, I hope we're good friends. Doesn't mean we're good friends.
I certainly root for him. I know he's been through a lot in life. He's overcome a lot of things. And when he departed from Fox, I was more than happy to bring him on board here. So all I can speak about is what I know based on the reports. And I can speak about ESPN and Disney. To be clear, even though this podcast, this YouTube show is owned and operated by me solely, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be dismissive of ESPN, who employs me in my daytime job on First Take. So I sit here before you today letting you know that they are aware that this is a subject that I was going to broach.
Which means so that there's no conflict of interest. In other words, if he works with the other agency, the other company, and he's doing his YouTube thing separate, he have to let them know so that he's not in breach of a contract for covering that particular story.
Because I owe them that courtesy. With that being said, it's important to point out a couple of things. Number one, I was not there. I can provide no eyewitness account. And even though I got love and respect for Shannon Sharpe, and I'm sincerely hopeful and prayerful that he is completely innocent of the allegations that have been levied against him, I can't sit here and speak to his innocence or guilt from a knowledgeable place because I have nothing to do with this. I haven't seen anything. I don't know anything. I don't even know this person.
And remember, the reason why Stephen A. has to do this is because of his connection with the other companies. He have to make sure that he's not, I guess, in the same pool as Shannon Sharpe. Like, oh, yeah, he's innocent. He didn't do nothing, blah, blah. He can't do that. No, not in the line of work that he's in. He got to make sure that he distance himself. So if anything, what Stephen A. is doing, and rightfully so in business, you got to know how to move strategically. He's distancing himself from Shannon Sharpe right here. He's distancing himself, and he has to, because if he don't, he's going to fall in the same judgment pool, and it may affect him too. You get what I mean? Because he's still got bosses that he got to answer to. Right?
I know what the reports say. I know the reports, the things that have been reported on a multitude of outlets, from the AP to the New York Post to Forbes to TMZ and everything in between. I mean, I can't even count the number of publications that have talked about it or written about it, networks, etc. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere. And I know that. I'm fully aware of that. This is not a criminal case. So there is no concern about him going to jail. This is a civil case. which means that he could either be found liable or not liable.
And that's a problem that I always have with these type of cases, is that the women in question are more focused on getting money. They're not interested in putting the man in prison. And I'm like, listen, if a man violated you and raped you, why would you just want money? Shouldn't you want him to go to prison? I don't get it. It's like you should want him to serve time. But it's like everybody's after that bag right now.
The accuser in question is seeking $50 million. That was confirmed by Shannon Sharpe on that video today. According to the reports, it's somebody that he met in 2023.
Yeah, that's a good point that you bring up at Nick. His job is on the line too. He brought him in and vouched for him. Listen, before Shannon Sharpe got in, it could have been one of them situations where the company didn't even want Shannon there. We don't want him. He left that other group. We don't want him. Stephen A comes in. Hey guys, give him a shot. He's a good dude. He's on point. He'll bring value to what we're doing. You sure? Trust me. Great guy. Humble. He stays out of trouble. We don't got to worry about no drama, no controversy, no scandals. This guy is a clean-cut guy, and now a scandal. You see how that worked? So it could affect Stephen A as well. So he had to do this video to sort of cut ties, not cut ties straightforward, but he had to distance himself a little bit. Just like with the P. Diddy situation, nobody want to be near Diddy. Nobody want to be near Diddy with all the drama going on. Everybody severed ties with Diddy. You don't see nobody on social media saying, yeah, you know, Diddy, he's my good friend right now. Yeah, we good buddies. Everybody cut ties with him because they don't want to get caught in the crossfire.
Who was 19 years old at that particular moment in time. According to some audio that was put out earlier today by attorney Busby, you hear the accuser, the female, talking to somebody who is alleged to be Shannon Sharpe. We don't know whether that's true or not. And the person in question, again, we don't know whether it's Shannon or not, other the words choke, as in I will choke the hell out of you if I saw you. And so because of that, knowing that audio was probably going to come out along with additional tapes, whether they be video or audio is unclear at this particular moment in time, Shannon Sharpe felt compelled to come out in his own defense. How are we to interpret that? Let me be very, very clear about where I'm coming from. I'm a bit torn in terms of his response. On one hand, Tony Busby has sued Jay-Z. He did sue Diddy. He did accuse them, or represented the woman who was accusing them of assault, of sexual assault, and said that she was 13 years of age at the time when talking about Jay-Z and Diddy, and Jay-Z went ballistic and emphatically denied it, wouldn't let it go. The case was dropped, and now he's suing Busby, mentioning words like extortion and other things. So when Shannon Sharpe brought up Mr. Busby in that video that we aired and talked about him being extorted, he brought up Mr. Busby and Mr. Busby's past. And he talked about him, going against African-American men. There's two thoughts there. On one hand, there's the Jay-Z, who obviously should be presumed innocent, not just because you should be presumed innocent until found guilty, but because of the manner in which he fought on his own behalf and has been very aggressive in going after Tony Busby. In the case of P. Diddy, In the case of P. Diddy, you don't know what to believe. Again, the case against Jay-Z was a civil suit. Diddy was a civil suit. But in Diddy, you don't know what to believe because of all the allegations he's facing. But we can't forget that Tony Busby was also the person that represented at least 24 of the 27 women that accused Deshaun Watson of sexual misconduct along with other allegations. And at least 23 of those cases were settled. So,
In other words, what he's basically saying is like, you just can't write off Bugsby as he's just going after black men because he just want to get paid. There could be some truth to what's being said. Not everything is a shakedown.
I have an obligation to mention that. So on one hand, going on the offensive to defend himself, I completely understand where Shannon Sharpe is coming from. On the other hand, when his legal team issued out the press release on X yesterday, and they spoke about, they mentioned her name, and they revealed some of those explicit text messages, that was uncomfortable. And I don't know if that's a strategy that would work.
Once they release that press release information, if you watch my stream yesterday, I said that he should have never even said anything. And he shouldn't have been reading from a teleprompter because it didn't come from the heart. It's going to make people question him even more, you know? But yeah, Stephen A. know exactly what he's doing. He's strategically distancing himself from this situation, and he's given his opinion, but he also had to let the other company know before he do it. That way he's not in no hot water. And it could have been a situation where the other company instructed him. Like, look, you're going to have to go out there and say something about this on your platform because you brought him in. So you need to say something. It is what it is. You got to say something about this. That way it don't come back to us as if though we were a part of that mess too.
One of the hardest things in the world for all of us to do is to just lay low and be quiet.
I told you, he should have just laid low, be quiet, and just let things play its course. Don't say a word because anything you say going to be used against you.
And let our legal team do it. And we don't always know whether or not that's the right thing to do. I know, and I can tell you all that I spoke to Shannon, not in details, but I spoke to him, and he emphatically proclaims his innocence. According to Mr. Busby, his client emphatically proclaims his guilt. So where does that leave us? I'd love to tell you that I know the answer to that question, but I don't. I am the executive producer of First Take on ESPN. I recruited Shannon.
Wow, he said he recruited Shannon. That's crazy.
Went and got him and brought him to ESPN. But I'm not the boss.
I'm not the boss. Those are strong words. In other words, bro, I can't protect you. I recruited you. I gave you your shot. I'm not the boss. I don't call the shots. The big boys that sit at the tables that make these decisions, they got their eye on the situation. My hands are tied. I had conversations with the big boys, and look, based on what I heard behind the curtain, you could look at his face and you could tell that Stephen A. had conversations with the head guys in charge, and they probably told him do this particular show. They most likely got in his ear and told him, you got to do this dirty work right now, and we'll decide what is going to be Shannon Sharpe's fate after this situation.
Those are other folks.
Let me rewind that back so you can hear the impact of that.
But I don't. I am the executive producer of First Take on ESPN. I recruited Shannon. I went and got him and brought him to ESPN. But I'm not the boss.
Wow.
Those are other folks. There are layers to this, and there are certain layers even I am not on. I can tell you, I also spoke to co-chairman of Disney, the boss, Jimmy Pitaro, who made it very, very clear we are taking this matter very seriously, and we are looking into this very, very closely. And once we gather as many facts as we possibly can, we will go from there. And that is all he said. And I can mention his name because I received his permission.
Do you see what I told you? I told you. The big boys came to Stephen A. and told him to do this particular job and gave him permission to pretty much come on social media and do the content. Because he's the one that brought Mr. Sharpe in. That's why he says, I can mention their names.
To say that. I don't know what that means.
You know what it means. He know exactly what it means. When the big boys say, we're going to look at the evidence and then we're going to do what we need to do, trust me, Stephen A. Smith know exactly what that means.
In my perfect world, this equates to Jay-Z, where the case ultimately dropped and Shannon is allowed to continue on First Take and continue to thrive and shine. And not just that, and have an illustrious career in the podcast stratosphere, doing Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco, doing Club Shay Shay, and ultimately gets this $100 million deal that he was all over the news about to sign just a couple of days before this report came out.
I'm telling you, man, it seemed like anytime we, and that includes you, the good people that are viewing, anytime you have something great going on in your life and you're about to break through, all of a sudden some dirt shows up. Whether you're about to get a promotion, start a business, some sort of investment, something great, new relationship, property, house. Here come a story, some news to try to discredit you or change the way people see you, to try to hurt your good name so that people don't do business with you, so that people don't trust you, so that the deal don't come to pass. Somebody got jealous in Red Eye when they saw that Mr. Sharpe was doing business to get a $100 million deal. They said, oh no, this is not going to go down. We're going to destroy your name. And what better way than to put some allegations out there? But then again, could they be true?
In my perfect world, he moves on. And somehow, some way, we find this all to be false. But it doesn't seem like that's the way things are about to go down, considering who Mr. Busby is and how emphatic his client is proclaiming that she is right and she's telling the truth.
Now remember, in the case of P. Diddy, if you really, really be honest, a lot of people doubted Cassie in the beginning. A lot of people doubted her. You understand? A lot of people doubted her until the tape came out. When the tape came out, man, oh man, it was over. So now there's going to be a tape. A tape is coming out. And even Shannon Sharpe said, play the whole tape. It's 10 minutes. So he know that there's a video that is in the possession of Bugsby that show him doing something diabolical. You understand? This man went and got a OnlyFans model. It is said she's allegedly 19. I seen the photo. I'm not putting her image out there. The point is, he admitted to her name, OnlyFans. This man is in his mid-50s. He got money, fame, notoriety to be caught up in a mess like this. And on top of that, to add insult to injury, this man said the following in an older video talking about he wanted a so-called a sinner.
And that's one of the topics for the night. And I tweeted you earlier today about her. I said, listen, what y'all think about this God-fearing woman who has herself aligned in the right places being unionized with
Nah, I'm looking for a sinner.
Huh?
I'm looking for a sinner. I'm looking for a sinner. Send me Miss Nasty B. What her name was?
Oh,
what did you say? I would need an umbrella.
Miss Nasty B.
Yeah, I'm looking for. I don't want nobody walking in the straight and narrow.
No,
nah. I want a sinner. That's what I'm looking for.
Think about you on that private jet with Yvonne, and y'all going over the word, going on to your next destination. Y'all having prayer and Bible study together. You need a woman like that in your life.
Yeah. Give me Miss Nasty B. I have the Bible right there by my bed. Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do.
You see, this tape is going to be played in court. This particular tape is going to be played, guys. And it's not going to look good for Mr. Sharpe. It's not going to look good, fam. Because the kind of woman that he got is the kind of woman that is suing him. He said he want a sinner, a nasty woman. He wanted to get with that corn star lady. That's who he want to get with. Why? Because he figure that's the best option. That's the best kind of woman to get in today's day. He don't want a good woman. So I'm not surprised.
I don't know where this is going to go. I can't speak to anything else. I don't know who Shannon Sharpe's legal team is and what they're suggesting. I imagine that everything that has transpired has been at the behest of his lawyers, not just himself. I can tell you again that when I spoke to him, he is emphatic in stating his innocence, that this is a shakedown, to use his words. How wise is it to use those kind of words when a civil matter of this nature is out there? When you have a podcast and you have advertisers and sponsors and you work for ESPN and they have advertising sponsors, I don't know. What can we say if any of us were in that position and we felt or were proclaiming we were innocent? I don't know. And I'm not about to pretend. I just wanted to make sure that I echo to all of you that the only reason I spoke on this issue is because he works with me 2 days a week. He's on national television. He was on national television with me today. He was on national television with me yesterday when the story came out Sunday night. I didn't know anything about it until we got on the air. But he was on air. And if you know him in part because of all the work that he's doing with me and what he's doing in this industry, I know everybody's been waiting, like, Stephen A., what you got to say about this? I got to say what I just told you. I don't know what's happened. I know I got love for the brother. I know that I'm wishing that he's innocent and all of this stuff goes away and he can continue to thrive with me on ESPN and thrive in his own platforms that he worked so diligently over the years to build.
And see, this is exactly what you got to deal with when you bring somebody in. Anytime you bring somebody in, you got to be the one that answer for it. And that's why the company told Stephen A., you got to go do this video. Oh, yeah, you got to go do this one, dog. Oh, yeah. You brought him in. You got to take him out. You got to distance yourself from him. Because if not, it's going to affect you. So we need you to go take care of that real quick. Mm-hmm.
But anything else would be entirely irresponsible for me to speak on. And I can't do that. Yes, I own this. This is my platform.
Meaning, yeah, I own the platform, but bro, I can't defend you. Notice how many times Mr. Smith said he owned his platform, because I'm going to tell you guys something, right? A lot of you viewers, you good people out there that view content, right? A lot of you may not know this. A lot of YouTubers that have mega channels with millions of subscribers, even some that have only hundreds of thousands of subscribers, a lot of these YouTubers don't even own their channels. They don't. A lot of them make deals with other companies where these companies bought the channel. And what happened is that content creator get paid a certain amount. And yes, they're on the face of the channel, but they don't own the channel. They don't own it. Another company owns it. And they use the channel in order to market products and services and various other promo stuff. But they use that particular content creator's face to bring you good people to view the content. Some content creators did these deals behind the scenes thinking they would make more money. Unfortunately, it's not always a lucrative thing to do. So now what Mr. Sharpe is saying is, hey, not Mr. Sharpe, Stephen A. What he's basically saying is, look, I own my platform. Nobody's telling me what to do. I own this platform, but in all truth, he's still being told what to do. He's still being told what to do because he cannot defend. He cannot defend Mr. Sharpe at all. That would be a conflict of interest with the company that pays him. He can't. So he could still do his podcast, but he had to go talk to the big boys first before he uttered a word, because it can get him into some steaming hot water if he making a mistake.
But also have a day job and also understand what lawyers, what HR, and all of those other things entail.
You got to listen to that again. Listen to this again, guys. Let me rewind it back. You got to listen to that again.
But anything else would be entirely irresponsible for me to speak on. And I can't do that. Yes, I own this. This is my platform. But also have a day job and also understand what lawyers, what HR, and all of those other things entail. What I said is all I can say. And in all honesty, at this moment, it is all I know.
No different than when we on a 9-to-5 grind. Yeah, I know that when you at your job, your agency, wherever you work, there's certain codes, rules, and everything that you must live by. And if you violate those laws and those rules, you can be in some hot water. You know how it go. Company policy, human resources, supervisors. It's a lot of politics in the workplace. We all know the game in the workplace. Very, very crazy place to be at is the 9-to-5 grind. There's a lot of shady stuff that goes on. So there's certain things you can and can't do. It's wild.
I have no idea what direction ESPN and Walt Disney will go in when it comes to this matter. All I do know is it won't be me making a decision. It'll be others upstairs.
You see that?
In the end, all of us have someone to answer to. No matter how maverick we try to be, and we own our own business, and we're our sole proprietors like I am on this platform and stuff like that. There are advertisers, there are sponsors, there are people you do business with, there are partners, and there are bosses.
In other words, what Stephen A is saying is, I'm not trying to mess up my money, dog. I'm not trying to mess up my money, fam. Good luck. I'll be praying for you. But I got advertisers. I got sponsors. I'm not trying to step on no toes. I'm not trying to offend nobody. So what I'm going to do is distance myself from you quietly, respectfully, in the most humane way that I can possibly fester up. That is what Stephen A did here. He distanced himself from Stephen A so that his name is cleared and his advertisers are happy and everything is good. It's just like with YouTube when they had the ad popcalypse on YouTube where advertisers was pissed off with YouTube and it was one big mess. So YouTube implemented a bunch of different rules on what you can and can't do to please the advertisers so that the money can come in. So when it comes to content, you don't want to offend the advertisers. The last thing Stephen A is going to be doing on his platform, even though he owns his channel, he cannot use his platform to defend Shannon Sharpe in any way. It'll mess up the bag, guys. It'll mess up the bag. It'll mess up the bag. You see that? And that's the issue here. Let me see what we got here. Is this a troll? Let me see. He's not trying to claim he's innocent or guilty with no knowledge, bro. You spinning up a narrative, I guess, for views. Let me pack you up, get you up off the platform. You got to go. Number one, I never said that Stephen A is defending him or that he's taking sides. I never said none of that. The problem is you have selective hearing. You're not paying attention, right? I made it very clear that he's distancing himself. He never rendered judgment on the man. He said someone upstairs got to do that. See, the problem is you're trying to find a fault within me. I never passed no judgment. I never did. That's why we had to pack you up, get you off the platform. When you're in my live chat, don't falsely accuse me. Don't put words in my mouth that I did not say. Don't do that. I have zero tolerance for that type of buffoonery. Let's get back at the tapes.
That's the situation, unfortunately, that Shannon Sharpe finds himself in at this particular moment in time.
Meaning, I cannot speak on the case. I cannot pass no judgment. I cannot even speculate. I cannot do nothing. My hands are tied. I don't want no problems with ESPN. I don't want no trouble with the advertisers. I don't want to mess up my thing that I built. I'm not messing it up for you, bro.
I sincerely wish him the best. I got love for him. And I hope all of this is just a sad ordeal that goes away because there was no truth to it. But I don't know.
You see that? He has to say these things because he has to distance himself. Listen, guys, if y'all can't see this, if y'all can't see what's taking place here, the video should have been titled, and I'm talking about Stephen A. Smith's video. It should have been titled, "I'm distancing myself from Shannon Sharpe." That's what he should have he should have titled the video that I'm distancing myself from Shannon Sharpe because I don't want no drama. Because that's what this is. You know, everybody do that, guys. Nobody said this is what Jay-Z should have done with Diddy. A lot of people did this in the music industry. Once all the Diddy drama took place, people started to distance themselves from each other. Everybody started to act like they were not at Diddy's parties. Y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember everybody in interviews. Well, I never been at his parties. Not me. I never been there. Yeah, whatever you say. Most of these cats been at those parties. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Stephen got to do what he got to do. I know some of y'all are probably like, but if you're friends, how could you not defend your friend? Well, that's the point. They're not friends, guys. He's an associate. A lot of people that you think is your friend are not your friends. When you go to your 9 to 5, you think because you talk with coworkers all the time that those are your friends. No, those are associates. They're not your friends. Today they're here, tomorrow they're gone. You're at work to get a paycheck. You're not at work to make friends. Always remember that. The 9 to 5 is a very dangerous place. The 9 to 5 is a dangerous place to be at. When you're in corporate, when you're at these jobs, these companies, very hectic environment. So all Stephen A is doing right here is what he got to do to protect the bag. Many of you would have did the same thing. Let's just keep it a bean. Many of you would have did the same thing. Because whoever's paying you, you got to respect the hustle, man. Yeah, I see these people on podcasts doing shows, and y'all be thinking these guys are bosses. No, these guys got to answer to somebody too. Just like when you go to the 9 to 5, you know, the supervisor come in the room, you know, y'all got to answer to the supervisor, man. No matter how much you could talk ish behind the scene. But when the supervisors walk in the room, the big boys, the administrators, and everybody else come in, everybody get quiet. Because you know, them boys can, you know, take IDs from you and kick you out the damn job. You know, doesn't matter how you feel. They can literally get rid of you. You can be replaced. Stephen A ain't about to give up his career and ruin his name. Nope. He's disappointed, rightfully so. You know, you bring a man in, you would expect him to be clean, but hey, you can't control a man's lust. Stephen A, realized, hey, I didn't know that this man did these things, but hey, you never know. You don't know what's going on in Stephen A's life. He probably got secrets. He don't want them secrets to come out, so he's going to play the game the right way. You know, a lot of people in the industry got their secrets. It's just unfortunate that he's in the middle of it and he had to make this video. He was pressured to do this video. Trust me, he really didn't want to do this video.
Neither do you or the rest of us. And only time will tell what the truth is.
That's pretty much it. I don't want all that music stuff coming in. But it is what it is, gang. Again, for those of you that are now joining in and you didn't see the section of the video, the old video clip that was leaked again is from an interview with Shannon Sharpe and Ocho, where Shannon got on camera and said he don't want a good woman, basically. He want a sinful woman, a nasty, freaky woman. And that's exactly what he got. That's exactly what he got, guys. Let me play the tape. Put it back out there.
And that's one of the topics for the night. And I tweeted you earlier today about her. I said, listen, what y'all think about this God-fearing woman who has herself aligned in the right places being unionized with
Nah, I'm looking for a sinner.
Huh?
I'm looking for a sinner. I'm looking for a sinner. Send me Miss Nasty B. What her name was?
Oh,
what did you say? I would need an umbrella.
Miss Nasty B.
Yeah, I'm looking for. I don't want nobody walking in the straight and narrow.
No,
nah.
That sounds disgusting, fam. Like seriously, I understand as men we talk ish amongst one another, fam. But this is going on social media, dog, and you're literally telling the world you want a corn star, a 304. That is what excites you. I don't want a good woman. I want a nasty woman. I want a sinner. That's what I want. I don't want nobody on the straight and narrow. He's getting exactly what he wants right now. That's why I can't defend it, bro. I tried in my video yesterday. Y'all saw me. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I tried to look at the situation like, yo, this is probably a smear. This is probably a shakedown. But then I went and did the research about the woman he got with. Learned she's 19, OnlyFans model. Then the leaked tape that we just listened to. He is trying to settle a $10 million lawsuit. Nah, something ain't right, man. And I read some of the stuff that TMZ put out there. So for all you know, this man may have allegedly violated this woman. Even though she might be of the streets, she might be for the streets. But at the same time, if she was technically violated, even though she's for the streets, that doesn't mean, okay, let's just ignore the situation. Because when we first heard about the situation with Diddy, nobody was believing Cassie until we saw the tape. When we saw the tape of that man kicking that woman around in that hall, oh, it got real. It got real when we saw that tape. It was no joke. So just like with Diddy, the tape came out. They're going to release a tape with Shannon Sharpe pretty soon. He even admitted that he know it's a 10-minute tape. Now, I don't know who recorded the tape. It could have been the woman. It could have been the same woman probably was recording a tape for her OnlyFans. Or she probably pressed him like, look, let's make a tape together for my special collection. You know, I want to remember our intimate details. Let's do a tape together. I'm not putting it on my OnlyFans, but I just want a tape with you beating me up and abusing me. They have some sick women out there that like getting slapped around and spit on and violated, bro. They like that type of, what is that, BDSM, whatever the hell they call that mess. I don't know. But the point is, it probably went down on tape. So what the attorney for that woman is going to do, they're going to most likely edit that tape to make Mr. Sharpe look bad. That's why he said in that press conference, play the whole tape. Don't play just a few minutes. Play the whole 10 minutes so we can see it in its context. So it could be a shakedown. Yes. And at the same time, it could be some truth to it. Only time will tell. So, that's all we have for you tonight. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel for the best reactionary videos on YouTube, the best commentary on YouTube, Ringo TV Reactions. Click that like button one time and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll be back with more content. I'm not done with this topic. I'm going to continue to keep you posted on what's going on concerning this case. Find out what's going on from other sources, see what other people are talking about. Because, like I said, I try to defend Shannon Sharpe, man, but it's not looking good. And I see a lot of people are starting to distance themselves. It's sort of like the same thing with Diddy all over again. It's like people are slowly distancing themselves. And again, you can't even be mad at Stephen A. Smith. He's going to do what he got to do. You know, he's not in no drama. He's just trying to focus on his bread. He still got to answer to people too, just like you got to answer to people at the 9-to-5 grind. It is what it is. I mean, if I'm on the job and I don't want no drama, I'm not trying to lose my job over you. I might kick it and talk to you on the job, but if you involved in some dirt, bro, I can't be on the job courts walking around with you, dog. I can't. Sorry. I might have to move differently now, man. Imagine you talk with another brother on the job and there's a sexual case going on of sexual harassment and one of your mans and them on the job is caught up. You going to still rock with him? You going to still keep rolling around with him on the job? No, that's a bad look. You better distance yourself, dog. You better go to him and be like, look, bro, Until things cool down, fam, I can't be seen hanging out with you on the job, bro. Real talk, man. I ain't trying to mess my job up, dog. Like, I'm rooting for you, man, but dog, you should have never messed with Shorty, bro. So I'm gonna kind of lay low a little bit till things cool down, man. It is what it is, man. I ain't trying to lose my job over you, bro. Some people might get mad and say, nah, if he your dog, you bro, we talking about my livelihood, fam. How I pay them bills, take care of the fam. I ain't trying to lose that over you. And then I end up looking crazy. When you found out, I seen dudes on a 9-to-5 that got hit with sexual harassment charges and they lost their job. You know what I mean? So it's serious business, man. So, hey, rate, comment, and subscribe. We're going to get up on out of here, man. Y'all have a blessed one. You know what I mean? Ringo TV Reactions salute you. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $sign Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.